So it has been we've had what feels like a weirdly long hiatus, but very eventful last session. Who would like to give the recap? Who has any notes?
I've got some notes. So my first note is Chitty dies. And that's my last note. No.
Who's that? I don't think they're a very memorable character. Can you explain who they were?
The pain is too near for me. Anyway, I've got Ray saying something about consequences if it wasn't for Jack. Oh, so this is about the Ray's a vampire, right?
Yeah.
And there was some suggestion that perhaps she could make Chitty into a vampire, and that might be a way to save her, but that wouldn't actually be a saving thing. That would be a curse. And there was some mention of it if not for Jack. So there's obviously some history going on there that we need to dig into. Mm-hmm. Vokken knows where we all are now and will be seeing us all soon. And then changes into Dagger Quero and jumps out of the window. Jim is trying to convince the old lady, whose name I can't remember, to resurrect Chitty. And there's obviously some kind of... He's got some debts to pay with the souls of past people. Which might come up today, I don't know. Edge demonstrates his underlying ability to be more respectful of the world and gets given Chitty's dagger. Tom is doing a lot of smashing stuff and tries to smash Saturday's staff, and that results in him getting a splinter of the staff in his hand. I think, in fact, initially he sort of tries to break it and that doesn't happen, and then he goes and breaks it completely. And then I've got a quote of "one drop of your blood and all my power can be yours, everything you're destined to be." But again, 2 weeks as a job and children means I can't remember what that was all about. I've got...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, Tom's doing some pact stuff. I don't know. He's formed a pact with the spirit in this staff. I don't know what's going to happen. He was so I think the big thing you skipped over is we finished the fight against Saturday.
I did. Thank you.
So I believe after throwing his hat overboard, taking the skull and stealing his staff, he kind of went, "You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm out." Jumped out the window, saying, "Oh no, he didn't jump out the window. He used Dimension Door."
He did.
Yeah. And basically said that he's going to get us one day. Then we finished off his summons. And yeah.
And Roger, who is left-handed, has chopped a tendril off on the left-hand side, which could lead to some missing fingers when he goes back to being Roger. And he has 9 mini mushrooms now that he wants to try and dehydrate so that maybe in the future he can turn into some kind of Necro Hulk, but probably not quite as powerful, I would imagine, because they're mini mushrooms. But we never know.
Now, I've got some notes about, and I think this might be Tom. Is it Tom then looks around and can see everybody with some power associated with them, or was that somebody else?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So Kathy has like a blinding aura around her. Ray has a sort of dark energy, and Chitty's dagger he can see with a small amount of life force still in it.
Yeah, I assume it's some sort of like soul vision or something. I'm not sure. I don't know the mechanics for that sort of thing. But yeah, I can like see some sort of like inner light in the members of the crew.
The light ones, anyway. And then I've got Scuttles is talking to the skull a lot, and he calls it Glitzy. And is convinced to put it back in Jack's cabin. And then, Roger pulls a chunk off himself, and he's got 9 chunks. Yeah. And he's left-handed. Any more for any more?
Well, we can't forget about Jim's contribution to this fight. With his running away, and then comes back when everything's basically dead. But he took the skull away, which I guess is a plus, and got some reinforcements that got here just for the end of the fight.
Perfect timing, some might say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could put it that when they got there, the fight ended, so they caused the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Correlation is causation.
Exactly.
And I think we left it with Chitty has been put to rest in one of the rooms. Edge is guarding that room, or at least taking a shift of doing that. And I think we're heading to bury her on the mainland, or something like that. As is the way of the sisters.
Yeah, I think Tom went up deck to give some orders, but I don't remember what they were, because they were like last minute, and it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, shall I have a look? Because Rick sometimes puts things in the WhatsApp and I occasionally read it as well. Did you put a summary in there? Oh, I feel like it's cheating to read it. I know that's the wrong way to think about the world, but...
And Tom, Kathy was speaking to Tom. So I believe some things of note she said is that what's his face knows where we are. The guy from the beginning. I don't have my notebook. I don't know where it is. It's in there somewhere.
Lord Carcer.
That's one, Casa. She said, well, he now knows where you are, so we can interpret that as the shapeshifter person that was Vakon that turned into the dagger. I believe he's probably working for Casa then, and she probably knows that. Or maybe Casa has some link to Saturday that she knows about. They're my only two thoughts on that front. And then she was talking to Tom about saying, Tom's whole thing is that he wants to be a leader, but he kind of falls short a little bit. But she was like telling him that, you know, you're looking to be heading on the right track.
So Jim would know. Book would know that from the orb, the clairvoyance orb that she left in Irondale prison on the way out, where there was a very talently voice acted recording made of what this orb picked up. Book would know that Vokken is a former associate of Lord Carcer.
Yes, because there was that guy. What was he called? He was like the guard or something. Nah, that doesn't sound right. That sounds too powerful.
Oh, fuck you. And so so Book would know that having stepped foot in Irondale prison, the warden knows where these people, where Book and Tom and Saber Ray, and who else was
Kathy.
there? And Kathy knows where they are. The warden has sent Vokken to bring you back to the Irondale prison, but the warden also used to work for Lord Carcer.
Everybody fucking worked for him. It's almost like they're all tied together in some like convoluted story that's going to be really satisfying when we get to the end.
Yeah, it's almost as though every character has had some thought put into them. So, where we rejoin things, we have Edge standing guard, very low HP, outside of a comfy cabin where Dagger Cheaty is laid to rest on a bed. We have Purple Edwin Fungus Necrohulk, having sliced off some tendrils, is up in the cabin with Saber Ray, where Vokken has just changed face and departed from. We have Tom, who has been talking to Kathy, then heading up on deck and gave some orders to basically get everyone in line and instill some discipline on the ship, and basically get them to not be intercepted by the ships of the consortium, which are still pursuing you. You have Captain Jack is in his cabin, and the Skull is in his footlocker. And Jim. I think we'll come to Jim first. What is Jim up to? Given that, Jim has been asked... Well, Jim's got a promise that he has to keep. And you're very aware that there's a bit of a clock on this.
So, bloody deities always... They've got all the time in the world, yet they put all these restrictions on their deals. Anyway, so, Jim is doing a little bit of planning. He's back in the kitchen. He is going to be doing a lot of crashing around like he normally would, making the usual noises, and pulling out some of his pre-prepared food and just putting it up on the table. It's a bit of a distraction. Nothing hot, nothing that's going to lure people in. Is Kathy still in the room?
Yep.
That's good. Okay. So Jim is going to go to his drinks collection, and he's going to pour a small drink and take it over to Edge. He's going to give it to Edge. He's going to have a swig himself and cheers, and then he's going to just say, sad situation. I'm sorry about this, Edge. And then he's going to I best prepare some food for him. And he's going to head back. Having
what was in this? Was this drink just a normal drink, or is there anything untoward about it?
There is absolutely nothing untoward about it.
Okay.
A normal drink.
Beautifully executed.
He is going to be occasionally. He's going to whisper to Kathy.
Sinister. All right, Kathy.
Sorry, Kathy. He's going to message Kathy in his normal whispering ways, and while he is removing the contents of a low drawer down here. Look, just moving it to the side a bit and trying to almost look for something down the bottom.
Yep.
And he's going to message Kathy, just don't. You know what I got to do. Don't let anyone come in.
Well, I do like challenge. This one will not be difficult. And she just flicks the door closed. There you go. So Edge and Tom, are you still up on deck?
Yeah, he'll be up on deck helping out.
Okay, so Edge, you hear the door close to the guy. Meanwhile, Roger, the slightly bleeding Necrohulk, you've picked up your tendrils and you go to try and pocket them, realise you don't have pockets, you just have kind of crevices and fungus shells. Saber Ray is in the room with you and says, I do not pretend to understand what all this is, but I admire your courage, and also I envy your innocence. I envy your youth. Tell me, what is it about this life that attracts you so? Why not live in peace? Why do this, Roger? May I call you Roger?
Yes, my name. You can call me Roger. It's fine. I just like travelling and finding new places and things, and and learning stuff and collecting mushrooms. And one day I'm gonna be captain.
You are going to be captain of this crew.
No, I'm gonna have a bigger and better boat.
Interesting, interesting. Please do not put yourself in danger, though. It looks like very reckless behavior. You're just causing yourself such injury. Are you not skilled in medicine?
I will be soon. I'm going to be a healer.
That is a very noble profession.
I'm only doing it until I can be a captain. Something to fill in the time,
What of your comrade? I believe that one of your... Well, it seems that there are a few people in your group who have designs on leadership. What do you think of them taking on such a mantle?
Well, I think they all talk about it, but none of them are going to do it. I will.
You are young. I remember myself embracing that unnatural power within. Just be careful, young Roger, that it does not consume you.
Question.
Yes.
Does in this form, does Roger have his normal voice, or does it sound like, I'm gonna be captain?
Oh yeah, no, the voice is scary and hulky as shit.
Yeah.
And while
Yeah,
you're
just
talking,
going to have to envisage that.
while
Yeah.
Roger's talking and being quite sweet and lovely, there's still like skulls above the main head that are just kind of silently screaming.
Just in my brain, Appearances can be deceiving. I'm still me inside.
I have some knowledge of wanting to keep hold of the real you inside. And if you ever want to talk about the difficulties of this, I would not say this to the others, but consider me a confidant. We can share
Oh,
things if you
thanks.
wish.
Would you like a
And,
mushroom?
I think you have spilled quite enough, not blood exactly, but quite enough for one day. But she does hold out a hand and offers to shake your hand.
I'm going to shake it with the tendril that I didn't cut off. And then I'm going to go and give her a big kind of Necro Hulk hug with all of my skulls. Because she seems nice.
I believe
Have
that,
to roll a saving throw on that.
I believe that out of all of your companions, you are the one who I feel I can trust.
I don't lie. But there's no point in lying. It gets you in trouble. So I tell the truth all the time. Even if people don't like it.
That is a noble thing. I too always tell the truth. I just don't often tell people the whole truth.
You can tell me. It's okay. I might not understand. I'm only 12. But, you can tell me.
Or maybe if we find ourselves away from everyone else, maybe you tell me your story, maybe I tell you my story.
It's a deal. Are you hungry? I'm hungry.
I don't get hungry.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm hungry.
Well, I'm sure there's food being prepared. Tom, you are up on deck, and there are... you can just see sails on the horizon, and you are getting updates given to you from Greg Glasseye. He's telling you kind of how far people are, all kinds of nautical terms about wind and tides and stuff. But you've kind of found a bit of inner strength and kind of found your voice a bit, and you've been giving orders, and people are definitely listening to you and paying attention. And Old Button comes over to you. Joe, hello. I checked down below, and there's nothing untoward down there that I could see. No leaks or anything like that. But so I thought I'd come up here and see what needed to be done. No one else seems to be taking the reins here. So what are your orders?
Alright, we're just trying to get away from the fucking ships behind us. Once they're outside, we're gonna get to land. And unfortunately, there was a bit of an accident downstairs, and one of our allies is a bit dead. So they've got a whole. There's one of the sisters. They've got this whole ritual they've got to do, but they want to bury her on land. So once we've gotten away from the fucking pussies behind us, we're gonna look at burying the dagger, and then figure out where we're gonna go from there.
Okay, so we're just gonna sail as hard and fast as we can. Do you want anything more? A good defense is a good offense. Do you want anything more proactive we can do to slow them down, to stop them? What do we do? Are we just sailing hard, throwing shit overboard, losing weight?
I mean, my thoughts are speed and power. But what have you got in your mind? You got any ideas?
Well, I mean, a prayer or two wouldn't go amiss. I mean, it's something that Jack used to do all the time. He'd mutter something under his breath. They'd throw a little offering into the sea. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it wouldn't work. Sometimes depending on which god was watching at the time. But saying a little prayer couldn't hurt. But what do I know? I'm just a crazy little guy.
Do you know who he prayed to? I'm not really a man of the gods.
Oh,
I already pissed one off, if you remember.
well, that might put you in favor with other gods, and you might not be a man of the gods, but the gods are gods for you, man.
He'd be a little bit out of place, but I guess you'd go. If there's a god listening, praise to you, please help. And then you just look around.
Well,
Does that do anything?
That's a good start. I mean, we could give an offering to old Talos, or he's pretty big in these parts, or Umberlee is sway over the sea, not far from here. Of course, there's some of the more gods looking to prove themselves. I'm sure if you speak their name and give them some kind of offering, or even maybe make a god's love a promise.
It's a little bit out of my depth. I'm usually just the guy who punches things, but I'll have a think on it.
Let me get back to you. You're usually the guy who just punches things. Boomer comes over to you and just holds out a fist to fist monkey.
I'd be talking, speak with buttons, not lose eye contact, and just return the fist bump without doing anything and just keeping conversation.
Well, have a think on it. I mean, I could get old Dorian over here to do something. He's a man of the cloth. Well, a dwarf of the cloth. He could try and help out.
Perfect.
Okay. So Dorian of the cloth presents himself to you. He is a pretty devout paladin. he's the kind of paladin that has spells like Locate Object, Zone of Truth, and Divine Smite, Divine Favor, Detect Evil and Good. He's that kind of holy person. And he says, I hear that you are seeking the wisdom and assistance of the gods. May I help be your conduit?
Yeah. So I was wondering if you could potentially help me with asking for some help to get out of our current situation.
Say no more. You leave it to me.
Thank you.
And without probing any more deeply as to what Dorian has in mind, he just goes off to the back of the ship. And
I like that man.
You feel like things are, pretty well in hand. But also, as the rest of the crew sees this happening, you are definitely building up respect and kudos with the wider crew. They are definitely sort of treating you as one would an officer. Edge, you've had a little sip of drink, or you might not have had a sip. Standing outside the room, you've heard the door to the galley close shut, and Buck is still seeing to Scimitar Freya on the couch, and Dagger Quero and Dagger Nix are being very somber but kind of busying themselves. What are you up to?
I think Edge is entirely possessed in his own thoughts at this point.
Okay.
A sense of grief for Chitty, and I think that what's gone on recently has changed Edge's position towards piracy versus seeking a little bit more order, and perhaps the kind of, I think he was always a bit enamoured by the idea of the sisters, but something about the idea of having their camaraderie at this point versus the pirates. I think he's wondering about, could there be brothers as part of the sisters? But he's also massively injured and a little bit drunk. So who knows?
So, Scimitar Freya gets to her feet and kind of hobbles over to you. And she, where in the past she's just kind of, well, all of the sisters have just kind of just spoken to you. She kind of stops and she kind of gives you acknowledgement in a way that you haven't had from them before. You look particularly troubled. Would you like to remain alone, or would you like some company? I feel like I do not like just sitting still doing nothing. I want to be on my feet at least a little. But I do not want to interrupt your thoughts. This is a moment of reflection for all.
This is my duty now. I let her down.
She died with blade in hand. This is a good way to go. It is what we will all wish for when we meet our ends. You should not blame yourself. It is not our way.
You as a leader know that when you have a team behind you, you have to be in front of them. And I brought you. No. I could have looked after you better. I could have looked after her better.
You think that job is finished now just because her soul is now in the dagger and not in her body? The person who did this is still out there, and their neck needs to be kissed by a blade. You think that stops just because she's dead? you can still have a responsibility to her. Your job is not done, and therefore how could you have let her down?
Okay. The idea that there's something more about the blade, probably he'd have missed the first time round, but would reach down and pick up the blade and look at it. A little bit like he would have looked at the magical blades. Maybe to see if he sees anything as a result of that. Now he's experienced looking at a blade that can do magic things.
Give me an insight check.
One moment, please. Because I should have opened my thing before.
Okay, so you can pick up that as you're looking at this dagger, there's nothing that you don't see anything particularly special about this dagger. It doesn't look like it's changed any, or it doesn't look like it's particularly kind of gleaming. But you can see that Freya is looking at the dagger, and with a 19, you get the sense that she is very much looking at this as though it's important. This is not just like some dagger that's come fresh out of the forge. This has something extra to it now. And she notices you looking at it. She is not in that room. She is with you. This is our way. This is how we stay true to our sisters. We carry them with us. And we keep leading them until all of the tasks are done.
Oh, and on hearing that, Edge would hold the dagger more reverently and place it gently back into his holster at the side. And in the best Arnold Rimmer style salute, I will do what needs to be done for Chitty.
Give me a persuasion check. For Chitty for now. Maybe one day you'll be ready for doing what must be done for all of us. But I feel like that time is not quite here yet.
And with that, Edge would grow several sizes in his own chest, even despite probably the blood running down him and everything else going on.
You let me know when you need to have a rest and heal up. You do not look in a good way. Someone here can relieve you if need be, Mr. Quicksilver.
He'd salute probably for the third time, one hand on the dagger.
And she will head to the stairs and go and have a lie down in the hammocks. Roger and Jim, what are you guys up to? Because I feel like there's whatever you two do will be happening at the same time.
I'm hungry. I want to go to the kitchen and have some food.
Lovely.
But am I still a Necro Hulk, or am I now back to me?
You are very much still a Necro Hulk.
Oh, cool.
And you shall be so. For that many hours.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try and get into the kitchen because I'm hungry.
Okay.
I assume Necrohulks get very hungry. You're like eating for like 1,000 or something.
I've got loads of faces, right? They all need food in them.
I love the idea of all of these horrifying skulls on top of you, and you just go, here you go, bit for you, bit for you.
And they all go num num when they eat.
Yeah, they probably haven't like tasted good food in a long time.
So as you are kind of stomping down the down the ship, it's not difficult to hear you coming. Jim, you've cleared your space in the cupboard. You have found what you're looking for. And it's basically this has not been very well put together. So it's, pirates are cheap. There's no back to this cupboard, so you've cleared a space, and so it's just shelf and then wall. You can hear the stomping of Roger, and as Roger
Is that a
gets
door?
as Roger gets to the door, which Kathy shut, Kathy just goes, "Oh, well, young man, it seems like you'll have to work quickly. Your friend is trying to get in. Don't you worry." And she just leans against the door, and she's a little old lady, but Roger, this door ain't budging.
Roger's going to push a bit harder.
Okay. Give me a... so I think we're going to have to go a bit... Roger does something, then Jim does something. And we'll see who passes their various activities and the various DCs of checks first. So you're trying to get in. You're just pushing at the moment, but you're pushing quite hard. Give me an athletics check, please. As the Necrohulk, sorry.
Oh, I've got the wrong character sheet open, sorry. There was me being all prepared.
Means you get a second roll.
And you can hold down Alt and double click the token to open its sheet.
Oh, not that. No, press the wrong one, sorry.
I think that's
Stop teasing us.
There we go. Found it in the end.
So that is 16 plus 4.
Sorry, the Necro Hulk sheet looks completely different to Roger's one. I thought I was in the right place.
So you the door just kind of opens ever so slightly, but then Kathy pushes it closed. With a dirty 20, you don't get in. But she looks over to Jim and says, "What? He's fairly determined. I'd work quickly."
While she did shut the door, was I able to stick any tendrils through to stop it being completely shut?
I'm afraid
I am
not.
made of skulls.
I'm afraid not.
Damn.
Jim, what are you doing?
Jim is going to himself, and he's going to wait. The panel's already loose, right?
Sorry, say again?
Was the panel already loose?
So there's no back to this cupboard. It's just the thin wall, and it's not sturdy. They're just planks. So it's still there's gaps.
There's a shelf without a back.
Cool. If he reduces in size, considering he is only a halfling,
does he become tiny?
he should become tiny, I think.
Okay. So yes, you are tiny, and so if you are looking to sneak your way through,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna need. Ooh, well, if you're trying to, it depends if you're trying to sneak your way through or just kind of kick your way through. I'm gonna need either a stealth check or an acrobatics. Which one's the Dexy one?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics check.
Can I remind the universe at this point that Edge would be definitely listening for things that sounded like people being in that room moving?
Oh
Just
yes. Oh yes.
thanks.
There's something I forgot to do beforehand, but it doesn't matter. Because he doesn't technically know he can do it yet. It would have been a good situation for him to find out, but fine. He can do it another time. He will probably try and stealthily do it, I think. So stealth.
Okay. You managed to sneak away in. You are about that big. Edge, make me a perception check, please.
Oh.
Edge, you
Quite
definitely-
perceptive.
Even at disadvantage, that would be.
Yeah, you definitely. It's what you hear. It doesn't sound like a person in the room, but it definitely sounds like movement in the room. Jim, you have the choice as to whether you want to try and dive for cover, hide somewhere, do something that could go catastrophically wrong. I'm guessing Edge is going to want to come and investigate. Jim, what are you going to do?
It's about a foot high, yeah?
It's about, yeah, I think.
But he is a stout halfling, so he's going to be quite wide anyway. I mean, he can't swing under, can't fit under the wardrobe or anything.
There's all kinds of stuff in the room. So there's a chest. There is under the bed. There's a footstool. There's a wardrobe. There's a window.
There's a plant. You could try and hide in the plant.
There is a plant.
There is a window.
There's
And
a wall.
there is something we discussed before, that it would only work under 324.
If only the universe were different.
Well, no, it was very specifically worded 324, but now it's ambiguously worded, so technically.
I mean, if it's cool, I'm a kind and benevolent DM. Of course, it might go even more disastrously wrong if it doesn't work.
True, very true. You know what? I think he will just get into the chat.
Okay. Give me another stealth. Give me a stealth check to try and hide, essentially.
Not very stealthy. Jim.
I mean,
Is that
keep an eye out if you've got any unused buffs or anything like that you might want to use. But meanwhile, Roger, you pushed pretty hard against this door. You thought it was a good push, and it moved a bit, but then it was closed in your face. What are you going to do?
so? I just have a question. Is Jim's stealth check like the equivalent of saying to a small child, "Go and hide," and they hide behind the curtain, and you can see all of them apart from their face? Is that kind of where an 8 leaves him?
I think where an 8 leaves him is that Jim probably went, "Oh fuck!" But he's so small now. They just, "Oh fuck!"
I just think his legs are. He's head first in the chest with his legs sticking.
Okay, so I'm gonna push the door again. Can I attack the door? Because I'm really very hungry. Can I like rotting slam the door, please? Because I know there's food in there, and somebody was in there making some food, and they've shut the door, and that's just bang out of order. Because I'm 12, I've got lots of faces, and I'm hungry.
Rotting slam feels entirely appropriate for this. Make your attack roll. 14.
What's an AC of a door?
I mean,
What's a door?
It's lower than
What
14, and its HP is lower than 22. Yeah,
I'm hungry. Don't argue with the 12-year-old that's hungry.
you slam into the door, and the wood just it kind of shakes and then rots and crumbles, and so the door is not there anymore. You can see into the room, but you see Kathy standing in front of you, blocking the door. I'm afraid, young man, you're going to have to wait. There's business in here that ought not to be trifled with.
Old lady, I'm not here to trifle. I want to eat trifle, not trifle with things. I know there's food in here. Just let me in and let me eat.
I would suggest you wait a few minutes, and we'll come back round to you. Edge.
A point of order. Do we remember? Because I can't remember why Kathy is so interested in this being allowed to go ahead, or is it just something that she's interested in?
You haven't.
I just can't remember why.
You haven't really spoken to Kathy. You know that she. I mean, she's got the map on her back, and you did her a big favour, busting her out of Irondale. But she seems more kind of just curious and amused by you all. Has spoken telepathically to some of you, but there's not really any clue as to what her motivations or wider goal is. But you've picked up that Saturday didn't like her a lot, and she referred to Saturday as little boy. So.
Okay.
But you hear
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
you hear a scuffling inside this room.
So Edge would instantly reawaken from whatever state he is. He would call out to sisters in the room and say, "There's something in the room. There's trouble." And he would turn and open the door.
Okay. Open the door and you look around. Give me a investigation check, please.
Oh.
So with a 10, which, if my calculations are correct, is higher than an 8.
Just about.
You know that there's something not right.
Is there anything, because you said that Jim would have been speaking with us, obviously a much squeakier voice because he's much smaller, but when I was perceiving that happening, is there any chance that I would have recognised the accent of the thing that was squeaking, or is that...
So through the wall you'd have just heard a...
Okay, fine. Yeah, cool.
And you can tell that there's, like, you can see your first glances to Chichi's body, it is there exactly as it was before. So that's where your eyes went first, but you definitely feel like something is not quite right, kind of on this side of the room. You can't put your finger on exactly what it is, because your 10 was only just above an 8. But there's definitely something not right on this side of the room.
Okay, so I would say there's something afoot. There's forces afoot.
Okay.
Check the room. We cannot allow her body to be desecrated, but that would almost be a kind of question back to the other sisters who came in, because maybe that's not okay. Maybe that is okay. Maybe there's rules.
So one will stay outside the room, and one will be standing essentially guard over Chichi's body while you investigate. Meanwhile, up on deck, Tom, you can see Dorian of the Cloth. His cloak is billowing, and his beard is just magnificent, and it seems like he's just got like a dramatic little mini storm just around himself. His arms are up, and he is calling out to the winds. He's very much in mind of Saruman calling out to Caradaris with the storms and everything. Is the kind of kind of his voice is deep and it's echoing all around, and you can see that there's lightning strikes and storms heading towards the consortium ships. Whatever he's doing, it seems to be working. The crew look scared shitless, and not as a kind of we don't know what's happening, in a kind of are you serious? Are you letting him do this? Is there anything that you would like to do, Tom? Or are you just happy with the result?
So, Tom is happy. Tom would shout over to Dorian. We don't want to cause more trouble. We just want to hold him back. Try not to, fuck him up too much.
You hear back, in between his calls and yells, "The price is already paid, and I'm collecting what is due. Ha 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 ha! Now the gods will owe me!" Yes, several of the crew around you are just kind of like, "Oh, fuck, shit." And they are busying themselves, but they are looking very, very nervous. But it is definitely working. Even Boomer looks a little bit shaky. Beaver, the navigator, comes up to you and says, "It is going to be. Everything's under control, isn't it? He's not going to we're going to be okay, aren't we? It's."
Oh yes, we're going to be fine. I asked Dorian to use the power of his or request aid from his god to assist us on escaping the consortium. He's going a little bit overboard, but what he's doing is helping us, not gonna hurt us.
Right. And when you say he's going a little overboard, you did warn him not to get carried away, didn't you? You not to
Hello?
Overplay his hand.
My Discord's frozen.
Oh, we can hear you.
Still sound good, yeah? Testing. Hello, Matty. Can you hear us? He's gone. Should we assume from this that the crew are familiar with this having happened before?
Oh, yes. Well, some
Sweet.
And
Yeah.
you definitely get the impression that it hasn't gone well.
It's a sort of temper tantrum. Yeah.
Okay.
Super.
So, while waiting for Matt to come back, Jim, you are in a chest. You've hidden not very well. You've heard Edge come into the room and other footsteps, and you've heard what sounds like her body must not be desecrated. You're on the back foot slightly. Is there anything up your sleeve?
Yeah. Jim's going to message Edge.
Okay.
He's going to say,
What do you message?
"Edge, I need your help in the kitchen. It's all gone mad. Quick! There's something going on everywhere."
Is
What
it
would
possible
Edge
to?
do?
Is it possible for Edge to tell where this sound is coming from? How does this appear to him?
Oh.
It is purely in your head.
But can I tell it's in my head?
Yes.
I think the storm knocked out my Wi-Fi there.
Wow. You mean the storm on deck?
Dorian, Dorian's just fucked up my Wi-Fi. But I'm tethered to my phone now, so I'm all good.
I mean, he'll do that. Basically, like, the crew is worried that, like, he's got a little bit carried away, and no one's told him that he shouldn't do. But it's working. But the crew's a bit concerned. We now have Jim, who is sending a message to Edge. Jim saying to Edge that there's trouble in the kitchen, and he needs to get to the kitchen. He needs his help. Edge, what would you do?
Already suspicious of this area, Edge is now no longer running on instinct mode. He is running on what he thinks is what he would do as a sister / brother. And so he is going to be super ordered about his actions. So he will want to help Jim, but not until he has fulfilled the duties that he thinks are his. And he wants to carry out a thorough check of the room as best he can, injured, possibly slightly drunk, sleepy. So he would want to check all corners.
Okay. Point of inspiration for playing to the aspirant sister. So give me an investigation check again. Okay. So Jim, you've sent this message. It's does Edge with message you have the ability to reply?
Do I?
Do you say anything
Sorry,
about
do I know how to do this? I mean, how weird is this to me as a thing that's happening, or?
It's happened before. You've seen this happen before.
Yeah.
And you just know instinctively that.
Okay, fine. So Edge
say the words
generally.
back in your head.
Edge looks up to Jim as an elder who's helped him and whatever. He thinks of him as a reasonably sort of sound character, so he would want to be. I'm on the way. I'm coming. I've just got something to do.
Okay. You would also have been able to hear Roger breaking down the door of the galley as well. You'd be aware of that happening.
Would how likely is it I'd know that was what was happening? Because presumably I'd have seen Roger going past, right?
You'd have seen Roger.
No, I was there. I was outside when Roger was doing that. So Roger was smashing on the door, demanding some food.
Yeah. But you know. That
Okay,
could,
so that's
that
not
could
weird
just,
to me.
Yeah, that could just be Roger being a crazy semi-undead fungus monster.
Yeah, fine, but Jim, like a good bartender on a Friday night in Glasgow, he knows how to handle the kitchen when people are a bit peckish. So I don't think Edge would feel particularly moved to go beyond the very limited amount of brain space he's got left for just checking out this room.
Okay.
Because as a sister, you are methodical. That's his latest view.
Okay. Roger, you've got Kathy in front of you, saying, "I would come back again later. I don't think you need to be in here quite so urgently." What would Roger do?
Can I pick the old lady up, turn around, drop her down, and go in and get some food? I put her down gently,
You can
more like I'm dancing with her, a bit like Strictly.
You can certainly try. Give me. Now, bear in mind, you have just cut off some fingery tendrils from one of your hands.
Yeah, but I don't need to do fine motor skills. This is more a gross kind of like hug, spin, drop kind of thing.
Okay, but you are slippy. But give me a check. What check would it be?
I'm feeling like it's a little bit athletic-y because I'm having to scoop and turn as I go.
Give me an athletics check.
I don't know why they did that twice.
So
but
with
obviously it's the first one.
I'll take the first one. So with a 12, you get your arms around Kathy, and
Can I as I'm doing it, I'm humming the Strictly theme tune.
you hear back, you hear in your head. So you want to dance, do you, boy?
Not really. I'm just hungry.
Be careful who you dance with, boy. And you manage to pick her up and turn around.
Going
But-
wee as I do because I'm 12.
So she's not there. But she says, "My turn now." And she keeps hold of you. And she grabs onto your arms. So you can see into the kitchen now if you turn around. The door is not there. But Kathy has hold of you. And a little old lady should not be this strong. A little old lady shouldn't be able to hold just a person in place. She's holding you firmly in place.
How
But-
is she doing that if I'm slippy?
Exactly. But you can look behind you and see, for your field of vision, which you wouldn't be able to see the whole thing, but you can see this much. The galley looks empty.
I can smell food.
Um,
And I want to find a bag to put my little mushroom tendrils in because I haven't really got anywhere to keep them apart from my nooks and crannies.
there are plenty of sacks in there.
Yeah.
There's also some with big holes that it looks like, if you put them over some salt, it could help dehydrate. I don't know how power to dehydrate things.
Not in the air fryer.
But you are you are a touch closer to getting into the galley.
Nice.
Tom,
Ooh.
you now have members of the crew coming to you as the person in authority, saying, "Please stop him. He's going too far.
Yeah.
Jack would never have let him get this far.
Tom
are you going to
is.
stop him?"
I'll stop him. Tom's gonna walk up to him and be like, "Dorian, that's enough."
It's not enough. The gods, they're singing to me. They're singing to me, and I'm dancing with them. They do as I command, see? The price is always worth it. You're going to have to do more than just talking to him to make him stop.
He's gonna walk up to him.
Yep.
Is there like storm and wind around him?
Oh, yes. It's, you
So
gotta, it's an effort.
yeah, he's just gonna walk straight. He's not even gonna, full focus on this. This has gotten out of hand. He needs to stop it. He's marching.
Okay. So you, I'd say you managed to kind of march your way up to him. Are you using physical force, or are you intimidating him, like telling him to stop? How are you going to make him stop once you get close enough to do so?
So I like to grab his shoulder
Yeah.
and then yell, "Dorian, I said, stop." So it's a bit of physical force of like grabbing him and then intimidation up close in his ear.
Okay, give me an intimidation check, please.
Use my fighter feat.
Surely Tom passes this. Fucking punched a ghost to death.
And I'm gonna add my commanding presence maneuver
Nice.
so I can add my die to intimidation checks. God, it's been so long. Maneuvers. can't remember what it is. D8. Okay. So intimidation. 19.
19. Okay.
Quite intimidating.
Against, let's do is. So, you manage to kind of stop him, and the wind dies down, and he turns to you shaking, and he says, "But I did it. I did what you commanded, and I saw them off. They're all gone now."
You did, but you didn't have to take it that far. Power's good and all, but don't let it overtake you. Keep your mind calm.
Well, all we have to do now is give them the offering. I'll go and see to it. I'll give them the offering.
Hold on. What's the offering? What's the offering? What did you do?
Well, I promised them. I promised the gods
Yes, what did you promise?
5 living things. I'll go find them. I'll go sacrifice them. The debt must be settled. It's okay. It's okay.
Alright.
No
Did you
one
specify
important.
what living things? Or was it just any 5 living things?
No one important. I'll go see to it.
Shut up. Anyone got a fishing rod? We need 5 living things. I think fish are technically alive.
Turtles?
Or turtles, maybe some big octopi.
A sailor would not.
Maybe a shark. Oh, I bet they'd love a shark.
Nuts and Bones comes to you, holding an egg.
Is that alive yet? I think there's some sort of conversation to have there, whether it's alive yet or when it's alive after it comes out with the egg.
Universe check. Are you trying to piss Edge off? Because gotta just so we're clear.
Hey,
Drama
you're talking
is
about
tension,
pissing off a
then
character.
resolution.
You pissed off fucking my fishman. Valerin.
Yes, but not part of the crew. Literally not
He
part
was
of the crew.
part. He was going to be part of the crew, but you made it so he couldn't become part.
But
of the
what is something that isn't part of something yet? Not part of something.
crew. Give him a chance.
Captain.
Yeah.
Nuts and Bones says, "Got this. We can go find other things, but we'll do it before he goes just looking for whoever he can find again, like last time."
Yeah. Dorian, would this count?
That'd be one. I'll find the other 4. Leave it to me.
But no killing any of the crew.
Doesn't matter. The gods don't mind if it's the crew.
Well,
Just
nah. What would Jack say if you sacrifice a member of the crew?
When you say this out loud, Boomer comes along, rugby tackles him, and just holds him down to the ground. I've got him here. I'll keep him, and I'd suggest you find 5 other things that aren't on the crew. He will just kill.
All right. And Tom will head off looking for things. If he can't, he will find a fishing rod or fishing net and try and fish some stuff up. I guess maybe head down to the kitchen, see if we have any see if Jim's got any, I don't know, crabs or shellfish alive
idea.
down there.
Fantastic idea. You
Maybe
emerge,
some lobster.
and you see. You've not been aware of any of this happening, but you see as you come down, you see Roger being held in place by Kathy. The door of the galley not there anymore. 2 daggers in the room. Edge looking around the room. Jim is nowhere to be found. And Jim, you've given a message to Edge. He said, "Yeah, I'll do it. This is something I've got to do first." You are in the chest. At the moment, you are hidden. He's not made it to you yet. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, he's in the chest, isn't he? So he can't see anything. I forgot he was in the chest, so everything I was planning. I was thinking of him under the bed, but being in the chair.
I mean, what was it that you were planning?
I'd be prepared to allow a retcon to be under the bed because that sounds equally plausible.
Was it like an attempt to go in the chest, but with the 8, you didn't make it and went under the bed?
Sure. It just rolled under. There's a couple of things, but originally, there's a plan for him to awaken one of his spells.
I mean, if it helps, when Tom comes down the stairs, he would probably make a big distraction, as he'd be calling out to everyone, "Anyone got any, like, pets or stuff? We need some sacrifices." Is a carrot alive? Oh, I don't think that'll work.
Probably alive.
Yeah, you know what? Jim's not worried about Edge, or really even Edge's reaction, because he's known Edge for long enough that he thinks it wouldn't be an issue. But he is worried that there is a secret room. He is going to. Originally, he was going to open the window. So after he snuck in, he was going to leave a trail of evidence, loosely cobbled together. Not the best trail of evidence, but basically a lot of water coming in from the window, covering the room. He hadn't really thought about it had been mulling over, but somehow he kind of knew he could get access to some water. Like,
You've got a water skin upon your person.
yeah. But he was going to, basically he was going to start dousing water and just be saying more, right? And he was going to
Okay, yeah.
water and leave a fuck ton of mess everywhere. And it was going to be a really badly cobbled together scene. He's just going to be thinking about getting out of there now. So,
I mean, you can still create or destroy water if you want from your hiding place. You've not been discovered.
well, so I'm thinking he would be looking, thinking intently about how he's going to leave it with the water, and just he'll be picturing that turning the room into a thick fog that he can't be seen in. Which
Sorry, he's under the bed thinking about conjuring a fog in a room that had no fog
Mental,
previously.
isn't it?
I'm just checking to make sure I understand.
Can you make fog? You can only
Yeah, you
make
can with
water
grit.
and rain, but you can
You can-
destroy a fog.
I would
Fog
argue
is
creating
rain.
water at the right level of granularity is fog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can create water or make it rain, but there's no create a fog. There's destroy a fog or destroy water.
Oh, you can destroy. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read it properly.
Yeah, no, neither
Apologies,
did
Cat.
I then. But maybe that's in the previous version. Oh no, yeah, I've done this with waterfalls as rain.
Bellerin knew that. He may have done that at some point.
I mean, if rain falls hard enough, you can't see through it either. It's more like a sheet, so it could be.
I wouldn't.
rain.
I wouldn't object to the universe gods if a fog was created, given the rules of that.
So you can make it rain in this square, and yeah, we can do some checks to see how effective that is. If you're looking to if you're looking to just make things not visible, or if you're looking to kind of get some commotion in this room, get them to clear out, move the body. You hear Kathy in your head. You're close, my boy. All you have to do is think very, very hard and touch your mark of the Raven Queen upon the body, and I believe life will be breathed into her again. Then you just have to have her follow the ways of the Raven Queen, and you'll be one down. Is this what you're doing? Are you summoning the rain? Or just a cube of 10 gallons of water?
Oh, 2 cubes actually, because it's cast at level 2. High levels, great. I thought it had to touch, because otherwise I would have just used prestidigitation. Prestidigitation to create a mark.
Yeah, you got to touch your mark against her.
You've got to touch your mark against her, so that Kathy is implied that she's imparted some kind of power to you. And she said if you touch your mark against Dagachiti, life will return to her. And then you've just got to get her to follow the Raven Queen.
Get her to follow the Raven Queen.
Might have been easier to keep your weird curse at this point, right?
Yeah, well, at the moment, getting a sister to follow the Raven Queen doesn't seem that logical.
I mean, you don't know what kind of. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to say too much. Kathy has given you what she thinks is the right course of action.
Yeah, so Jim's under the assumption for sure that it was just to bring them back with the Master Raven Queen, not to have to educate them in the way to get them to follow the Raven Queen. He'd be rethinking all this, and actually, at this point, he's not going to cast the because he was thinking of fog, and fog wouldn't have come. So, and he won't have unlocked that. I'm going to keep that locked away till. He's actually just going to message Edge again.
Okay.
And he's going to say, Edge, it's me, Jim. I'm in the room. Don't be alarmed. Look, I can bring her back, but I don't know the cost. It's up to you. Let me know. Just get everyone to leave the room, and if you want me to, I can bring her back. If you don't want to meddle, I'll just leave. But I need to leave her empty.
Okay. I think Edge has in his memory, in his head, the idea that something like nothing but dagger must touch or break or something in the body. Can't remember the exact terms. So I think he would say whatever he remembered of that back to Jim. And then something like, I don't know what you're doing, friend, but now's the time. And then he would point to the window and say, what's that over there?
Wait, so when you say naft,
Dagger
Oh, no,
Nix.
sorry, he would have said, nothing but dagger must touch this body,
okay, cool.
or something along those lines. And then, I don't know what you're doing, friend, but now's the time.
As you say, look over there, Dagger Nix's attention is drawn to where you're pointing.
I mean, Jim is fully aware he's not very stealthy. He wouldn't be trying to run past two people in a small room out of a chair. He's just going to stay put. And he's probably going to say, I mean, Edge, you heard me through a wall. I can't just sneak past. You're going to need to leave. Well, you don't need to leave, but she does. So I can sit in here and wait it out. But I can't sneak past. I'm not a rogue. I'm a chef.
That moment when you try to sneak something past your party member, but you don't want to actually have any drama between it. So you're like, I'm really sorry. Please don't hurt me.
Well, Edge is just pure confusion now, right? Jim is his friend, and he'd think no reasonable ill. And I think this would just be a, why are you here?
I've been told that I can bring 3 people back. I've got a mark, and I give them the mark, and they come back. But I'm not sure what that means.
Okay, I'm assuming this is all still brain conversation.
Oh yes, yeah. This is
Yeah,
a
fine.
weird silent room where Nix is thinking, "Why is he pointing at the window?" And Edge is just going,
But are the conversations like instant?
Yes, I'm assuming so.
"Yeah."
Does it take
it's
as long as
instinct
normal?
rather than spoken word.
Fine.
Yeah.
At that point, Edge reaches to his dagger, doesn't take it out, just clasps the hilt, and messages back, "This isn't the way."
While Jim's thinking about the response to that, Roger, You're nearly in the galley. You can see into it. Kathy's got you rooted to the spot.
Is week 15? Sorry, week 16 the week of Roger's snack.
Well,
Tom has come down the stairs looking confused and seems to be looking for living things, talking about debating internally whether carrots are alive, whether they would count.
Yeah.
You have Kathy holding you down weirdly. What would you like to do?
I'm going to say to Tom, could you grab this old woman off me? I am so hungry. Everybody's stopping me getting food. I just want to eat. I'm nearly in the kitchen. She won't let me go in there. I'm really very annoyed. I need a Snickers. I'm not
What?
myself when I'm hungry.
He'd turn to Kathy and be like, oh, why can't you go in the kitchen? Anyway, enough of that. I need to look at the kitchen, see if we've got anything alive.
Why don't you take her? She's alive. She won't let go.
I mean, I'd rather not sacrifice the woman who is going to help us find the treasure. But, yeah, there was some god shit went on upstairs. We got away from the consortium, but apparently the paladin, he decided that he'd promise his god 5 sacrifices. So I got to find 5 living things, and I'd rather not sacrifice a member of the crew.
Can we all hear this?
I've already been on the bad side of a god, so we need some live things.
Right, hang on then. If it's got to be live things, maybe the things I cut off myself earlier are still alive. My tendrils, do you want to try them?
Go upstairs, speak to Dorian. Boomer has him kind of constrained. Ask him if they'll work. I'll go and look for more things in the kitchen. And Tom would just like to try and just move around and get into the kitchen. Is Kathy going to try and stop him as well?
Can you get me a burger while you're in there, please?
So as
Sure.
this is happening, Kathy, unbeknownst to everyone else, sends a message to Jim. Tick tock, tick tock. Tempus fugit. I've done all I can. It's up to you now. You make the choice. And Kathy says to the two of you, my dear boys, we were just playing a game. Just playing a game. I'm not stopping you from getting in there. On you go. I was just having a little old lady like me. I've been in prison for so long. This is the only way that I entertain myself. Please go ahead. Have a sneakers. I've never heard of that. It sounds delightful. Off you go. And she just lets go of you and just has a piercing stare and an unsettling smile as she lets go.
Well,
and lets
Roger.
you go into the kitchen. Yeah.
Roger is not happy with this. And Roger is going to poke her in the eye. Because he's hungry and he's 12 and she stopped him going in there. And now she's acting like it wasn't a big thing all the time. And he's really very annoyed.
Make me an attack roll, please.
Like a normal attack roll or one of my actions?
Just the so what attacks does the Necrohulk have? Yeah, one of your rotting slam attacks, but we'll take it as a finger poke. 17.
Have I got her eye on the end of my finger? Might be tasty.
You get your finger and you hit square into the eye, and the finger goes in, and she does not move or flinch, but she
That
keeps
doesn't
on
surprise me.
staring at you with that smile, and you feel ever so slightly once your finger's in there. You
Poor
feel
Alex.
just the slightest pull, as though it's pulling you in further. And she says to you, I won't take that personally. But I advise you not to meddle with things you don't understand. I have a great deal of respect for you, and a great deal of respect for your tutor. I do hope that we can put this behind us and be friends. And she just... Now off you go. Slake your hunger. And you are able to go into the kitchen and you see Tom in there. And no one
I'm
else.
just rummaging through everything, trying to find stuff. We expect to find Jim in here, but he's not. So he's like rummaging through all the shelves, like, no, that's bread. No, that's tomato. Let's go down here to this bucket of whatever this is.
Bloody stairs.
So as you rummage through the bread, I mean, there's some maggots in there.
Maybe he'd pocket them, but he'd still be looking because he gets a feeling that, you know, they kind of want something bigger. But
as you're looking, give me an investigation check or a nature check.
they're intelligence, and I'm not proficient in either, so I'll go investigation. Come on. Oh. Do I? Nah. As I say, I have inspiration, but I'm not going to waste it on an investigation check. But I'll get it back after a long rest. No, fuck it. Come on, big money. 11.
You can see one little mouse, but you'd have to make a check to see if you can catch it.
And I can do an acrobatics check to see if I can catch the mouse.
Go for it.
21.
Oh, you absolutely catch the mouse. You've got a pocket full of maggots. You've got a mouse.
Is there anything in the food provisions, like any lobsters or crabs, that need to be kept alive in a bucket of seawater or something?
Looks like there's something coming through the grate by your feet.
You know what? There is. I'm going to use my special pictorial story dice to see,
Okay. Oh,
to tell me what you find. Okay. Okay. So,
Is this the fuck you, fuck me dice, or is this something
no,
different?
these are dice with little pictures on, and I'm going to show you what I rolled. So, you find a snake.
right.
An eel, presumably.
You find a small egg. This is not the big egg that
Yeah.
that is there. That's still a last resort. You don't find an elephant, but
I got an elephant fish.
Manatee? That's the sort of sea elephant.
You do find a little mushroom. But it's not a purple mushroom, but it's a little mushroom that when you look at it, you kind of think that looks kind of elephanty. And you find some small beans. And I think that's what you find.
Tom grabs an empty crate, puts all the stuff is fine, including the mouse and maggots, and then he runs back out, back up the stairs, back on deck. He just drops it in front of Dorian and be like, I think I found some things. Will any of these work? Most of them are alive.
It's not what I would choose, but who knows? Who knows? I like to be sure. I like to be sure.
Well, do you like to be alive? Because you can always sacrifice yourself to the gods.
Boomer has a big smile on his face at that. Yeah, and he is looking to you for an order.
He's not going to entertain that yet, but he says, all right, sacrifice these things, and we'll see if it's enough.
Okay.
There's a mouse in there, that's alive. There's a snake, that was definitely alive. The maggots, they're alive, and they're babies, so should count for something. They're baby flies.
Are you asking Dorian to do this, or are you going to do it yourself?
Well, I assume Dorian needs to make sacrifices. He's the one that's offering to his lord.
So Dorian will take it and Boomer lets him up.
Yeah.
Boomer will still kind of, after he's gone to the back of the ship, still say, "I think we should chuck him over, cut his throat.
I
Hand him
mean,
a fight, but lots of trouble."
yeah, I can see that now. I think next time this thing happens, I'll keep him on. Well, he could be like our fourth option, and then if we do ever use him, I'll keep him on a very short leash. Make sure he doesn't, want to sacrifice 10 people next time.
If you want, I can pull off his knees. I can just pull him
Not
off.
yet, but I think once this is over, he can spend a day in the brig just to, make sure he knows that what he did was not good.
Oh, okay. A day in the brig. Give me an insight check.
There it is.
I mean, I don't think you fully pick up on the fact that you think
Yeah.
that was a weird response.
You
don't pick up on the fact that Boomer's probably gonna kill him, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
But Dorian goes and chucks these things over the water, and he says, "You'll see, Jim and Edge." Jim has pleaded with you, Edge. Dix can't be here. What are you two doing?
This is not how we do it. I'm assuming this isn't a two-way conversation, by the way. This is a call and response, right? I think from previous...
Yeah,
Edge can't keep saying more stuff. There's a message communication.
Yeah, unless you have message, it's you are doing replying rather than initiating.
Fine. Okay. So if Edge has the initiative, in whatever sense that is, he is now scouring the room for Jim.
So, yeah, Jim's just going to say, if it's not the way to do it, I won't do it this way. We'll let sleeping sisters sleep.
Okay.
I'll
And with
stay
that-
here until it's safe to leave.
That was sufficient. At that, Edge would let go of the dagger and would call across to Nyx and say, "Do you know what? I think I might just need a rest. I think I made a mistake. I'm sorry." and beckon her to leave the room.
Nyx gives you a nod and goes over to you and very tenderly puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "You need your rest. We need to recover. We need you at full strength. There is still work to be done."
Is it canonically possible that as they're leaving the room, Edge can reply to the previous message, or is the time gone?
I'm going to.
I mean, on hearing this, Edge is probably going to say, sorry, Jim's probably going to say, "Thank you, I'll see you soon."
Yeah, I'll let you reply.
Okay. Oh. Okay. No, to be honest, there's no need for a reply. The reply is absented by Jim's response.
Okay.
It was going to be something along the lines of, "I'm not kidding," but that would not fit with. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so as you leave the room, Nyx and Quero. Sorry, Nyx. Nyx and Quero say to you, "Which one of us would you have relieve you? One of us should keep watch."
Edges would be in pure deference mode. Thank you, sisters. And would be looking for some kind of sign of whichever one felt more that was the right thing to do.
So Quero is going to volunteer to stay.
Fine.
And Nyx will just say to you, "Get your head down. I think it's time for a rest."
Edge would make a salute of a sort that he felt was the most thing, and then probably give Nyx a kind of pat on the shoulder. In a way that's probably still slightly not quite right, but he's trying.
She gives you a smile and nods.
Edge is then heading for a bed somewhere.
Now you have a choice. You can head to your bed, or there are the hammocks where the sisters up to this point have been sleeping. You can go where Ray currently is, or you can find somewhere else on ship to have a rest.
Well, I think that would be super poetic that Edge heads down the stairs to his own bunk, realizes that option, and then finds a hammock.
Okay.
I like to think on the door it says "No boys allowed."
Ooh, okay. No, but seriously, is that the case?
There are no there's no gender segregation in Dawn and Nin. It's not something that happens.
Cool. Had that been the case, and had that been made clear by the Sisters, Edge would probably have respected it.
No,
But-
there is no kind of in the general sleeping quarters, there are men, women, and everything in between all together.
Cool.
Roger, you're looking around for some food. Is there anything else in particular that you're doing after your strange encounter with Kathy? Is there anyone that you want to talk to, or that you want to dive into or investigate more closely?
Well, I'm wondering where the dude is that does all the cooking. Because I'm sure he went in here earlier on and he's not in here anymore. And I'd like him to make me something. Because I'm only 12, I'm not very good at making food, I'm really good at eating it.
Indeed.
So I'm going to stomp around the kitchen shouting louder and louder for Jim. Where are you, Jim? Hungry.
Where are you? And I'm so hungry.
Hungry! And I'm going to like bang some pots and pans and things that I see on the side because I'm a stroppy kid.
I'm lost inside the
It's
kitchen
Roger.
tonight.
And I'm going to go
Who's
over
gonna
here,
message Roger?
and I'm going to bang something, and something's going to fall out the cupboard. I feel, and I'm going to have a look.
And where is Jim? So you are banging around, and you're just knocking stuff off shelves. Jim, you're hearing a commotion. You can hear that Roger is calling out your name. You are now alone in the room with Dagachiti. Tiny. What do you like to do?
Well, first, Jim's going to message Roger and say, knock it off, lad, or you get no food. I'm busy.
Got no food now. Been waiting outside. Some evil witch woman wouldn't let me in. I'm starving. And where are you?
We'll be back in a minute. What is this? Where is this go?
That just leads nowhere. They're not real stairs.
Good.
I hadn't noticed those stairs, and therefore they don't exist.
Oh.
Well, it's just a shelf on its side. That's what it is.
Cupboards, yeah.
Unless they go up.
There you go.
It would be quite a ship where that sort of the deck with the steering doodah on it went straight to the kitchen for snacks.
Well, that's the back. It's always with the rear on top of the cat.
That's just some steps to the high shelf. That's what it is.
That's why he's the
You know,
captain.
for you
in
halflings,
waiting.
you know,
Yeah,
So
Galley
you can't
access
reach the
is
top
fun,
shelf.
wouldn't be a bad thing. Anyway, Jim's gonna come out slowly. He's just gonna look at Chitty's body and he's gonna nod. He doesn't know
what's
what
the
to say.
case?
Then he's going to.
So just to be clear, you are not touching Cheeky's body.
No, he's not.
You hear in your head, now it's your cat's. It'd be
It
so
doesn't-
easy.
But it wouldn't. In Jim's mind, it just doesn't make any sense. At all now, we'd have someone that could be like a D. So he'd would actually reply and say, "Stop poking now. I know you're just messing with me." And that wasn't fair. And then he is going to pop that through to under a shelf, through the hole.
Okay, Roger, you see a little teeny tiny, roughly size of a cat, Jim, scuttling out of the wall and running past you.
I'm going to put one of my tendrils out and try and pick it up. What do I need to do to try and pick it up?
Make me. It'll be your athletics versus Jim's athletics or acrobatics.
Jim would let himself be picked up.
Oh, okay.
He's also releasing the stuff.
Okay, so as you pick him up, Jim's just the size of the cat, and then as he's looking at you, he just goes.
It would be super funny if Roger also turned back into Roger at that point.
Is this the moment where Roger accidentally drops a spore bomb in fright?
You have regular sized Jim.
Jim's just going to be like, "Put me down."
Roger's going to be like, "Make me food."
No. Go back outside. You come back in here politely. then you ask nicely, or you get nothing.
If I go back outside, that old witch is going to stop me getting in here again. You don't know the battle I've had to get in this room. I would like some food, please.
Boy, I can't argue with that. She's a bit of a pain. You sit on the chair. Mind your manners. You're only 12.
All right.
As you're having this argument, Book walks into the room, and goes and puts a hand on your shoulder, Jim, and says, if you're making food for everyone, I'm famished. If you wouldn't mind.
Anything for you, Buck?
And give me a DC 9 perception check.
Wait.
So give
While
me
that's happening,
So go on.
I've just realised that bookworm. Sorry, 3 weeks.
It's alright, we realised that in Adele.
It's book rim. I think I'd gone too scouse for it.
So just to roll a D9?
Perception check. If you get above a 9, you notice something.
The DC is 9.
The DC damage check.
I can't remember what it stands for.
Difficulty.
Difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay. So you win.
You just feel a little nick of like it's as though she's like playfully just tugging at your hair, and then goes to leave the room. Tom, she's heading up on deck. Passes by you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "You've shown extraordinary leadership. I really admire it. Make me a perception check."
Okay. Does very passive perception of 14 help?
This no, I'm going to need an active perception because it's in direct response to a thing that's happened.
A 9.
So I mean, you just a
Plus 4 as well.
It was just a tug of some of your clothes. You didn't feel anything.
Oh, God.
And then disappears up the stairs. Edge, are you asleep?
Yeah.
So just a quick one, right?
Yeah.
Jim's the cook. He talks to all the crew a lot. Talks about probably more.
Yep. Oh, you know Book really well.
Yeah. Would he be seeing Mrs. out of character?
Oh, no. Does this have any relation to the message you sent us at the end of last session?
Insight.
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Bit weird. Bit weird.
Book's always really collected, right? She's a wizard.
Book's not really a handsy person. Edge, you're asleep. And Freya is also asleep. So, what's your passive perception?
It's 26, right? 26, sure. On the right-hand side of your character sheet, there'll be a passive checks. So we want for perception there.
Oh, 17.
Ooh.
Hang on, Rick's divining something out of his cupboard. That's not
He's
acceptable.
more passively perspective than Tom is actively perspective.
So, you're not woken up by anything, you don't know what's happening. And I'm fairly sure. He's asleep. Just asleep.
Cool. I need a nice long. Restore some health, you know. Maybe get some luck points back. That's what I'm saying. It's a good thing. There's no negative side to sleeping.
And everyone feels like it's a pretty good time to turn in.
Yes, Tom hasn't had a long rest in like 6 sessions.
Night is falling, and so this will be the second night since you pissed off the island. So
Such a pejorative way to say that.
the night after this, Roger, you'll be having a little visit.
Oh, I'm going to be training.
Is everyone having a rest, or
Yes.
is anyone, particularly people who might be suspicious, going to forego their rest?
Jim's going to be cooking for a bit, regardless.
Suspiciously.
So he'd probably only have a short rest, I imagine.
Okay.
Because everyone's hungry. I think the way Book will be playing on his mind, and I think certainly he'd carry on with his day to day. But I remember Burkhart's message, and it would probably be safe to assume that she would often message people in the crew. So he might probably have the idea to message her.
Okay. What are you going to message the Book?
He'd just say, because he wouldn't be crazy suspicious, he'd just think it's something up. He'd say, "Are you okay, but you're acting a bit off. All these events have been a bit much. Do you want to come up to the galley? Food will be ready soon."
And you'll get the response, "I'm sorry, I've just been engrossed in this book, and I've just been sorry. I've been away with the fairies. I've just been sitting here. I haven't moved a muscle in about an hour. Sorry, if there's stuff been going on, I've missed it. I've just been reading." And that's where we're going to call it.
Jim will go,
So I will let everyone else have a long rest for next session, except for Jim, who has a short rest.
"Woo, that'll do." Well, you know what, actually, there's something he can do with his short rest, isn't there?
I think before turning in, Tom is going to, have a chat with Dorian. Just try and, calm the waters, make sure, we're all right. And also kind of think with him, with the whole, bringing the storm down on the consortium, surely a couple of them died as well. Would that not have counted towards the sacrifice?
So
No.
That's your bookkeeper.
Never will a god. Never will a god.
So we will. So you are doing this before the rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will pick up next week with you going up to find Dorian.
Okay.
Roger, as you are bedding down, you start to feel more yourself again. You shrink
I'm
down.
less hungry.
You are. I mean, you can just fill your face with what's in the galley. But you look down at your left hand, and you only have index finger and thumb and 3
Ah,
hits.
that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You lose a thumb and you lose your index finger, you're stuffed. The other ones are irrelevant.
How
They're
much do you do gun finger? Gun hand?
But you seem to have your
Smell it.
mushroomy treats, but also you have got the trust and confidence of Saber Ray, who was offered to open up to you in a way that she hasn't to anyone else. Edge, you are fast asleep alongside Scimitar Freya. And Tom, we'll see what happens when you go and find Dorian. I'm sure it'll be
Okay.
straightforward and fine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
Okay.
Very RP. But that might balance out later on.
Yeah, well, we got to fight a god because we didn't give enough sacrifice.
Let's hope no one says fuck Blue Tool several times a few sessions ago.
That's a roll we right?
Yeah. Well, my thinking is if I can have a talk with Dorian and try to get to know him, maybe find out the god, because Tom has a few artifacts of some gods, or at least some equipment bearing the symbols of a couple gods, and is wondering if maybe they may help. I believe he has. Let me open my sheet. I think I've got 3 things.
I quite enjoyed Tom's trying to be a leader. That was better
Yeah.
than I expected it to go.
So I've got a mysterious but ornate strong arrow, a raven head buckler, and a long sword with the symbol of a fish.
We do. And you have some people on board who might be able to identify them for you. But yeah, we shall pick this up next week.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Yes, thank you. Night, everybody. I've written notes. Well, another post-it note of notes tonight. That's
That
exciting.
Super.
you may find that very useful. But I'm giving nothing away.
Excellent.
I shall catch you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Good
Rick.
night.
Thanks, everybody.